I've prepared a list of the 12 most common mistakes you might be making, without even realizing it, when it comes to your cat's litter box. And if you stick around until the end, I'll also share 9 things you should never do to your cat, beyond just litter box mistakes. The litter box is a convenient alternative that saves you from having to take your cat outside to do their business 3 times a day. That's why it's essential to know how to use it properly. So, let's start with the first mistake. 1. Using a small litter box. Using a small litter box is a mistake that's more common than many cat owners realize. It often stems from the desire to save space in homes. Manufacturers respond to this demand by producing compact litter box options. While these smaller boxes do occupy less space, they may not provide adequate comfort for your cat. Ideally, a litter box should offer enough space for your cat to move around comfortably. It's recommended that the litter box be at least 1 to 1.5 times longer than your cat's body and wide enough for it to turn around easily. By providing a larger litter box, you ensure that your cat feels comfortable and has enough room to engage in natural behaviors like digging and covering their waste. Mistake 2. Litter box with difficult access. The second mistake, which is unfortunately quite common among cat owners, involves covering or hiding the litter box. Some litter boxes come with lids or have designs that make accessing the litter inside the box difficult. It's strongly discouraged to choose this type of box. While it may seem appealing to us as humans to have a covered box, it's essential to consider our cat's needs. Cats rely on their senses, particularly their sight, when using the litter box. The moment to go to the bathroom is a moment of vulnerability for them, and they need to feel safe and have a clear view of their surroundings. Opting for a closed litter box limits your cat's visibility and can cause discomfort or anxiety. Instead, it's best to keep things simple for them and choose an open litter box. An open box allows your cat to see around them, promoting a sense of security and reducing the likelihood of litter box aversion or anxiety-related behaviors. Mistake 3. Choosing a box with very high sides. It is quite common to choose a box with very high sides to prevent the litter from coming out when the cat enters and moves around inside. When the cat enters and digs, it is easy for the contents of the box to spill out. The problem with this is that it can be uncomfortable for the cat to enter the box, especially if it is older. A great solution for this is to look for a box with one wall, in this case, the entrance of the box, lower than the other walls. These models are easy to find and make access to the box much easier. Mistake 4. Placing the box near food or water. Placing the litter box near the food bowl or water is a common mistake in small apartments. When space is limited, we resort to this type of organization, but this is a bad idea. Cats don't like having the litter box and food water bowls in the same place. Imagine having the kitchen and bathroom in the same room in your house. It would be very unpleasant, wouldn't it? So, think that it's the same for the cat. Try to have the litter box in a different location from the food and water. They will thank you for it. Mistake 5. Placing the litter box in a noisy or busy place. Another place to avoid putting the litter box is where there is a lot of noise or movement. A passageway area, like a hallway, is not a good idea. It is also not advisable to place it, for example, next to the washing machine or clothes dryer. If you do this, the cat will be very uncomfortable when doing its business with that noise nearby. Look for a quiet environment so that your cat feels comfortable, and within that calm environment, the best place to put it is in a corner so that your cat feels comfortable and relaxed. Mistake 6. Using uncomfortable litter for them. The next mistake is difficult to perceive, so you need to pay attention. Some types of litter, such as silica, can be uncomfortable for your cat's paws if the grains form very fine edges. This can cause them to dig into the pads of your cat's paws. Opt for a comfortable litter for your cat. One way to know if it is the right type of litter is to put your hand in the box, apply pressure, and feel if it hurts. If it hurts for you, it's likely to hurt for your cat too. Now quickly before continuing, I ask if you are enjoying the video, please consider subscribing to the channel here to see videos like this. Leave a like on this video and turn on notifications, so whenever a new video comes out, you'll be the first to know. Now let's continue with the video. Mistake 7. Using scented litter. Cat litter should smell like litter. Forget about those that have lavender, citrus, or even coffee fragrances. The perfume smell will be very intense for your cat, bothering it a lot. Remember that their sense of smell is much more developed than ours, so they will perceive the smell much stronger than we do. Also, the litter should maintain the cat's own odor as they use it, which makes them feel more secure, something impossible with scented litters. Mistake 8. Not putting enough litter boxes. This is the advice that people who live with cats like the least, but it's something that must be considered. You need to have one litter box per cat, plus an additional box for the house. The reason for this is simple. If there is any problem with the litter box and there's only one at home, your cat won't have an alternative. These problems are not so rare, and some examples are: if you forgot to clean the box, if the litter generates too much dust, if it hurts your cat's paws, if the cat doesn't like the location of the litter box. As we cannot control everything, it is better to offer another alternative to your cat, thus avoiding unpleasant situations like it doing its business around the house. Mistake 9. Not putting enough litter. A beginner's mistake is not putting the right amount of litter. Both putting too little and too much litter can bother your cat. Therefore, it is important to know how much it needs. To do this, you should check the manufacturer's instructions for the litter. If there is no information or you don't have the packaging available, putting between 5 and 7 centimeters of litter will be enough. This way, your furry friend can bury the poop, but won't feel overwhelmed by having too much litter. Mistake 10. Putting a plastic bag in the litter box. Putting a plastic bag in the box is convenient for changing the litter, but unfortunately, it is not comfortable for your cat. Remember that your feline will dig the litter to bury the poop, and in this way, it can grab the plastic, pull it, and tear it. When this happens, your cat will be stressed with this bag in its claws, and you will have lost the possibility of using the bag because it will be completely torn and ripped. It's best to simply not use it. Mistake 11. Not adapting the box as your cat ages. This is a mistake that can happen over time. As your cat grows, it will need some changes in the litter box. The reason is simple. An adult cat does not have the same needs as a kitten. When your cat is older, make sure it has an adapted entrance, making access to the box easier. Also, you will need to change the litter more frequently. I also recommend that you observe your cat's poop, as it can provide good clues about its health. Mistake 12. Teaching the cat to use the toilet. Did you know that it is possible to train a cat to use the toilet? This may seem funny, but it is certainly not recommended. Allowing your cat to use the toilet for its needs will prevent you from having to clean the litter box, but this brings a series of inconveniences. It can be dangerous. It goes against their instincts to hide their poop. You won't be able to know if there is any health problem through their waste. The toilet lid will need to be always open, among other problems. Now that you know the 12 biggest litter box mistakes with your cat, as promised, I'm going to show you 9 things you should never do to your cat. These are 9 common mistakes that many people make without realizing, causing a lot of stress for their feline friend. So, let's get started. Number 1. Bringing a dog into your cat's territory. When you bring a dog home without preparing your cats, you invade the space they consider sacred. Cats value every corner of their territory and feel insecure with the unexpected presence of another animal. Studies indicate that sudden changes in the environment can raise stress levels, causing the felines to withdraw, become aggressive, or lose their appetite. It is essential to introduce the new animal gradually, letting your cats become accustomed to the smell and presence of the canine. How would you feel if, all of a sudden, someone invaded your private space? Start by keeping them separated and promote brief, controlled encounters. That way, your cats have time to understand that they are not at risk. Always remember to respect their boundaries and provide a calm environment to prevent unnecessary conflicts and ensure both animals' safety. Patience and proper planning are absolutely crucial to turn this coexistence into a positive and harmonious experience. Number 2. Locking your cats in one room of the house. Keeping your cats confined to a single room may seem like a practical solution, but it severely harms their well-being. Cats are curious animals that need to explore different environments to stimulate their minds and release pent-up energy. When you limit their space, they lose opportunities to exercise their natural instincts, which can lead to destructive behaviors and anxiety. Several studies show that varied and enriched environments foster emotional balance in cats, helping them feel more secure and happy. Instead of shutting them in one place, offer areas with toys, scratching posts, and hiding spots. Allow them to move freely and discover new corners of the house, which also strengthens the bond between you. A diversified environment stimulates well-being and prevents physical and mental health issues, contributing to a long and balanced life for your felines. Give them freedom and space. Your cats are always grateful. Number 3. Yelling at your cats. Raising your voice and yelling at your cats can deeply damage the relationship between you. Cats have acute hearing and react strongly to loud sounds, which can provoke fear and insecurity. This behavior makes the felines associate your presence with tense and stressful moments, harming the trust that is fundamental to a healthy bond. Have you ever stopped to think about how much a shout can scare someone who trusts you? Many specialists affirm that using calm tones and gentle words helps maintain a safe and tranquil environment for the animal. Instead of yelling, choose firm but soft commands that convey respect and patience. By communicating in a calm manner, you ensure your cats feel loved and protected. Remember that the way you speak to them directly affects their behavior, and a serene environment promotes a harmonious life without trauma. Always communicate with great affection to earn their trust. Number 4. Using physical violence against your cats. It seems too basic to even say this, right? Who would harm such dear animals? However, reality is different, because many people think physical corrections help educate cats. But that is not true and needs to be addressed. Resorting to physical violence with your cats is never an acceptable solution. Using force to correct behaviors can cause deep trauma and permanently damage the trust between you. When cats are subjected to aggression, they start associating their caregivers with pain and insecurity, which can lead to fearful and aggressive reactions. Fear destroys trust. If you yell at or hit your cats, they do not learn. They only learn to be afraid of you. It is important to understand that methods based on physical punishments do not bring lasting results and only increase the animal's stress. Instead, adopt positive reinforcement techniques, rewarding the desired behaviors and creating a healthy learning environment. Treat your cats with respect and affection, ensuring each interaction is an opportunity to strengthen the bond of love. Remember, a violence-free environment promotes well-being and safety for both, contributing to a more harmonious and happy coexistence. Always choose peace and respect to foster harmony. Number 5. Forcing your cats into your arms. Forcing your cats into your arms is a behavior that can cause pain and fear, deeply harming the trust between you. Cats are sensitive and respond strongly to any form of abrupt handling. Pressuring them into contact can make them feel threatened, leading to defensive behaviors such as scratching or biting. Furthermore, the experience can become traumatic, making future interactions and care more difficult. How would you feel if someone forced you to accept a long hug that you clearly did not want? Instead of acting hurriedly, look for ways to approach them patiently, using treats and gentle petting to create a secure environment. Allow the felines to get used to your touch gradually without imposing uncomfortable situations. This approach fosters a relationship based on mutual respect and affection, ensuring they feel protected. Remember, gentle, attentive care is the key to earning your cat's trust and affection. True kindness transforms every touch into pure affection. Number 6. Using a travel carrier that is too small. Using an inadequate travel carrier for your cats can turn a simple trip into an extremely stressful experience. If the carrier is too small, the felines feel confined and uncomfortable, harming their breathing and increasing anxiety. Cats need enough space to move around and settle in during travel, which helps reduce the stress associated with going on journeys. Now imagine you are stuck inside a cramped elevator with no room to move and no idea when you will get out. That is how your cats feel in a small carrier. Specialists recommend that the carrier have proper dimensions and ventilation to provide comfort for the animal. In addition, placing a soft blanket and familiar toys inside can help create a more relaxing atmosphere. When choosing a travel carrier, consider size, material, and ease of cleaning, ensuring it meets your cat's needs. Safe and comfortable transport makes all the difference so the felines feel protected during any journey. Always choose the best for your cats. Number 7. throwing your cats in water or throwing water on your cats. Many caregivers believe that wetting the cats can correct unwanted behaviors, but this practice is extremely harmful. Throwing water on your cats causes shock and fear, raising their stress levels and leading to emotional trauma. Cats naturally avoid water, and when subjected to such methods, they can develop a lasting aversion that complicates future interactions. Imagine someone soaking you out of nowhere? You probably would not like it. It is the same for your cats. Instead of resorting to punishments involving water, it is much better to use techniques that reinforce positive behaviors, like praise and rewards. A trusting and safe environment is crucial for the felines to learn to behave without fear. Seek alternatives that respect your cat's sensitivity and that promote learning through affection. Always remember that patience and care are essential to keep harmony and your animal's well-being, without causing needless trauma. Avoid aggressive methods and always choose true affection techniques. Number 8. Leaving your cats without food. Neglecting your cat's feeding can have serious consequences for their health and behavior. When felines go long periods without receiving food, they experience high levels of stress and anxiety, which can lead to metabolic and emotional issues. The uncertainty about food makes the cats feel constantly vulnerable, harming their immune system and increasing irritability. It is fundamental to establish a regular feeding routine with balanced portions that meet the animal's nutritional needs. Offering meals at fixed times helps create a sense of security and well-being, in addition to strengthening the bond between you and your cats. Always remember that nutrition is one of the pillars for a healthy, balanced life. Care for your felines with attention and love, ensuring they have a constant and nutritious diet. Always give affection and care because your cats truly deserve the best. Number 9. Abandoning your cats. Another point that may seem obvious, and for those of us who love our felines, it truly is, but statistics show how widespread the abandonment of cats is on a global scale. And we need to talk about it. Abandoning your cats is perhaps one of the worst actions a caregiver can take, as it breaks the bond of love and care that sustains your relationship with them. When felines are left alone, without the necessary attention and protection, they suffer emotionally and may develop behavioral and health problems. The feeling of abandonment creates insecurity, sadness, and fear, affecting their trust in humans. It is crucial to remember that adopting cats implies a lifelong responsibility, and that care must be continuous and full of affection. Instead of giving up, look for solutions to the challenges of living with them, such as consulting specialists and taking part in support communities. Give your cats the security of a home full of love, where they feel valued and protected. Never abandon them, because they depend on you to live with dignity and happiness. Always take care of them, because your love truly transforms lives. Now, what do you know about cat nutrition? In the video right here on the screen, I talk all about feline nutrition. I cover several human foods that are extremely healthy for cats, but I also talk about the foods that are forbidden for them. This video is a must-see guide for every cat owner who cares about their furry friend. Click on the screen and keep exploring the amazing world of cats with me.